रूहानी नशे में रहो तो बाबा की याद हम बच्चों को सदा निरंतर रहेंगी, जिसके लिए आज भी बाबा की मुरली में सुना होगा कि सवेरे सवेरे ये ड्रिल करो। कहा ना बाबा ने कि अगर कोई सेना में ड्रिल राइट नहीं करे तो उनको क्या किया जावे, डिसमिस किया जाए। तो हमारा रूहानी सेनापति है, वो हमें रोज रोज ड्रिल सिखाता है। ड्रिल तो वही होती, लेकिन एक्सरसाइज कराते हैं। ये वो शरीर की एक्सरसाइज है, हमारी रूहानी एक्सरसाइज। ये हमारी रूहानी एक्सरसाइज माइंड और बॉडी बोथ हेल्दी वेल्दी बना। तो हर एक ये सवेरे में 1 घंटा कैसे भी समय निकाल, न हो तो आधा घंटा भी, ये इतनी फुल फोर्स से ड्रिल करो तो जैसे वो एक्सरसाइज करते तो पसीना आ जाता, वैसे हम ऐसी ये रूहानी याद में खो जाने की ड्रिल करें, जो हम इस दुनिया को भूल के अपनी दुनिया वतन में पहुंच जावे और वहां बाबा के पास खो जावे। तो हमारे इस ड्रिल से हमारा मन तन इतना शक्तिशाली बन जावे जैसे कि क्या उन्हों का पसीना आवे और हमारा खुशियां का रोमांच खड़ा हो। इसीलिए अगर पहले पहले अपनी स्थिति चाहते तो ये ड्रिल हर एक को दिल से प्यार से अपने बाबा की यादों में खो जाने की करनी। तब हम पहले कहेंगी कि सबसे पहले मैं ब्रह्मा कुमार हूं, ये भूल के मैं भी बाबा की एक लौली गोपिका हूं, सजनी हूं, बाबा की यादों में समाने वाली शिव की शक्ति हूं।
सिंध में एक सितंबर को थी जन्मी, कान्हा भक्ति दादी के मन में थी। 15 बरस की थी बाबा से मिली, मंडली ने जिंदगी बदली। हुआ था दरस शिव नूर का भी, स्वर्ग सी एक नई दुनिया दिखी। रही साथ रब के जो अंत आती, प्रकाश की मणि है अपनी दादी। वो प्यारी दादी, हो न्यारी दादी, सबकी दुलारी है हमारी दादी, हमारी दादी।
Om Shanti. Have a loving intellect in order to become a victorious jewel. You have done it many times. Always maintain zeal and enthusiasm for victory. Do not have any sanskars of disheartenment. Experience any difficult task to be so easy that it is not a big deal, because you have done it many times. You are not doing anything new. You are simply repeating what you have done many times. This awareness will make you victorious. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today's day 28. Have a loving intellect in order to become a victorious jewel. Today's topic, you have done it many times. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
फिर से बोलना Om Shanti. Is everyone okay? Yes, happy, joyful, blissful. Mm. I was so determined. I said, every moment of life, we should be happy. Because peaceful, loving, all that is there. But joy, happy, blissful, very important. Because in golden age, we won't know, we won't have, we will be inexperienced, but at confluence age, we realize, we see it, we could feel it. What kind of intellect is required when you naturally feel that I did this many times? We do feel, sometimes we feel, but not all the time, that I have done this. But also, what is more important is becoming and then doing. We have a lot of focus on doing, which is good. But if we become and do it, you can accomplish both. There are some of the sisters, they get so much to do from all over the world. Do this for me, do this. And she never says no. But also, I find her enthusiasm, her joy, happiness is also constantly there. So question arises, how is she able to do so much? Taking care of center, taking care of job, family. Because when you become, your capacity will increase of doing too, right? But if we focus on doing, some or other these days, everyone, they have lot to do, right? So our focus is on doing, and then we find that our internally we are not that strong. So how do we keep increasing our capacities of intellect, of mind, so that we find that whatever we're doing, we feel as if I did before also. One is to know about this, to hear this, right? but to feel it from inside. So for 24 hours, getting this homework, oh, I did this before. This happened every kalpa. This happens all the time. Having that thought and see what difference does it make. So it's very interesting. You have done it many times. You know, Brahma Baba will finish Murli. And then sometimes we think behind, he always thought ahead. Whatever Baba had to speak, Baba spoke. For us, we have given a lecture or anything, and we say, oh, I missed this, I should have done this, I should have said this, right? We go back. And Baba just said, start churning further. So it's a very subtle habit, but we check out the past. And then rather we should just say, Baba used to say, Jo Baba ne bola, whatever Baba spoke, he spoke last kalpa also. I shouldn't have, I could have, I this, all these thoughts never. Immediately Baba will come out of history hall and going towards his room, and he will say, Jo Baba ne kal pehle bola tha, that is what Baba spoke today. And that is what really brings us to, let's think the future further. What is next point? What is churning? So these are very subtle things, but they are very, very helpful. What I couldn't remember last time, and I'm trying to remind myself, how will it help? But attention that I should remember this. So that could be the benefit of awareness that I did it many times. And it's really, really important to not get disheartened, disappointed. Never, whatever happens. It happened last time also. So I'm pausing for a few seconds so that we can feel it, we can realize it, and we can experience it, right? You have done it many times. Within 1 second, you can go in and see if you feel that way. Not because Baba says, these are not the words, but it has to become the feelings and experience, right? Always maintain zeal and enthusiasm for victory. As soon as you lose that, because of whatever reason, you are defeated by Maya. See, that's what Maya very subtly attacks us. Could be through circumstances, through people, by own sanskars, right? But determination that I do not have, I should not, and I will not lose my zeal, enthusiasm, and maintain zeal, enthusiasm for victory. Do not have any sanskars of disheartenment. Experience any difficult tasks to be so easy that it is not a big deal because you have done it how many times? Many times. You are not doing anything new, You are simply repeating what you have done many times. This awareness will make you victorious. And our this month is Loveful Intellect Claims Victory. And I was mentioning, some of you were in Hindi also, that the capacity or abilities of intellect should expand. Unlimited intellect, subtle intellect, divine intellect. Clean intellect, clear intellect. You can write many, and all that we have to imbibe now, becoming the masters of the new world. So how should be, what will be your power to discern and power to decide? We have to experience all that now at confluence age. Because Baba's knowledge is truth, Baba's knowledge is eternal, and my intellect should also, when imbibe that, should increase our capacity, ability, and it should be not Lokik way, brilliant intellect, but subtle intellect. Because knowledge is very subtle, and applying knowledge is also something very subtle. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Didi. Good
Hello.
evening.
Good evening. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I
You
was
remember what you asked me last Kalpa?
no, actually, I don't. And actually, I was going to ask you a question about that. In your Brahmin life, did you ever face anything and then you remember, okay, what did I do last Kalpa and do it? I remember you sharing this story about Peace Village one time that,
I just felt it.
You felt it, yes. And even with Simonton Center
I
also,
think
you said.
many times I do feel, but I want it to be natural. No? All the time that should be the feeling that it's gone, it's past. We did it many times. But few times I remember, like I shared Peace Village or meeting someone, seeing someone. It's like, it's, connection that we could feel it. I was telling, they are new students, but they look so much part of the family. So I was telling them, it seems like we know each other for long. He said, I think so. We feel that way too. Like belonging suddenly. And with some, you know that it is there, but you don't feel it. Like Shireen Ben, I feel belonging from very beginning. Say,
Yes, Didi, that is true. Me too. I always felt like, very close to you.
And then I could see, your specialties, your part. And so recognition also start happening. Same is importance of a situation, importance of a person, so I think we have to increase this if we pay attention. I think for this, you have to go in more because we have two exercises. One is to go in, other is to go up. Some are required to go up beyond, some are required to go inside. And I think to feel what happened, and I am doing it again. But also if you don't feel, say it now, you can do it. I was giving no example of Brahma Baba. After Murli, बाबा ने ये बोला था कल पहले, आज बाबा ने फिर बोला. Okay, now chant further. This is also one way to see what is next. Let's see what is next. Not get stuck with because we really sometimes find that waste of thoughts, waste of time, we get stuck. And when we get stuck, whether my own sanskar, but one thing Dadi Gulzar always said, it is not someone else, it's you. So we said, but no, this one said it, like anger, right? If I really don't get angry, but when that person got angry, I also got angry. So Dadi Gulzar used to say, if you don't have sanskar of anger, it cannot emerge. She made us realize it is not anger of that one which came in you, but you also have sanskars.
Right.
When I heard that, since that if I look at someone, I said, why am I looking at that? It's my sanskar too. So you pay attention to your sanskar than thinking about someone else's sanskar. So whether reacting, responding, interacting, I think because this one did it, I am doing it. No. I have sanskar, that's why I'm doing it. Otherwise, you won't respond or react in the same way as that person is doing it. So if you pay attention at that time, look now, my thoughts are coming. That means sanskars are emerging. And then when you pay attention, then you remain very quiet and say, no, I don't have to do this, or I don't have to see this. Little things, because it's sanskar which is emerging. So we have to be very careful, because when they emerge, we do it and then it becomes stronger. Doesn't go away. Like some people say, oh, there was sanskar, I expressed it, now they are gone. No, but once you bring them in action,
it gets worse.
it becomes stronger.
Right.
So I think very subtle efforts are required for seeing that I don't ignore my sanskars and get focused more on sanskars or situations, or sometimes I feel very much, distress or have more attention. I don't want to think about anyone. I want to think about Baba and Baba's task, not individuals, not situations, and so that our sanskars not only not emerge, but then we cultivate new sanskars also. I always say, oh, I had that habit, but now I don't have. Because if we pay attention, then we are able to change our sanskars also, right?
Right.
So many times I did feel very connected and very much like we know each other, kalpa after kalpa. But also another thing which I feel the love amongst us is possible if you see few things. One is the faith of that person, love for Baba, and
I can't hear you, Didi. Shante, I really liked what Didi was sharing, that to be able to really come into the awareness of what I did last Kalpa, we have to do two things. We have to go inward and we have to go upward. And so this whole idea of the drama and how connected we are to the pure actions we did in the last Kalpa, we have to become so quiet It's very interesting, inward and upward. Another thing that Didi is sharing just now is about what Dadi Gulzar said about anger. If we don't have anger, then we won't get angry. And I always feel this example I tell myself. If you squeeze an orange, you'll get orange juice. If you squeeze an apple, you'll get apple juice. And if you squeeze an angry person, then you will get anger. So we shouldn't be focused on the person squeezing, but if someone is squeezing me and anger is coming out, then it's coming out only because there's inside us. And so we should be more concerned about what is coming out than focus on the person squeezing. I feel that we give a lot of attention away, like Maya does that so well. It takes attention away from our own things that we have to change and focus on what someone else is doing. But there isn't as much focus on what we should be doing. And so, yes, the other person could be squeezing and they shouldn't be squeezing, maybe, whatever they're doing, whatever. But if I am getting angry, then it's only because anger is inside and it's coming out. And I always find it interesting how dadis make everything so simple and so profound. This whole idea of, if there's anger inside you, then you'll get angry, right? Like to really take responsibility for ourselves and not focus on the person who is doing whatever their part is. Very interesting. And I was very touched by Dadiji's class just now, where she was talking about the spiritual drills, how important it is to do spiritual drills. And and I thought it was interesting. She was saying that, in the military, if someone is not doing the drill properly, then they are asked to leave. And so we also have to get up in the morning and do the drill with force. And I've really been experimenting with these drills, right? So like a drill, like the way Baba talks about the spiritual drills, is that Baba gives like a sequence of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 points. Like let's say the 5 forms drill is 5 points, but it could be 3 points, it could be 2 points, it could be 4 points, anything that you keep going between the points. Like you go first point, then the second point, then the third point, then you come back to the first point. Let's say if it's a 3-point drill. In today's Murli and even yesterday's Murli, Baba, in Sakar Murlis, what I've noticed is Baba gives a lot of drills. Very subtle, very beautiful drills. So yesterday in the blessing, he said this: I am an elevated soul of a child of the elevated Father, right? That could be one point of the drill. I'm an elevated soul, a child of the elevated Father.
Om Shanti. Can you hear me?
Yes, Didi, we can hear you.
That is another point to keep our battery charged, right? So maybe that is what Baba says. You keep your battery charged. Whenever you find that you are slowing down, you are getting stuck, one of the reason is battery is not charged. So I think that's what exercise also do, is keep you very charged. And when we don't charge it, then sometimes it gets stuck, and I said, doesn't work properly. So yeah, as you're saying, it's very, very important. For me, sometimes I take very simple drill in the morning that I'm a peaceful soul. And I want to stay in that thought for at least half an hour. Just go deeper into ocean of peace, be peaceful. What is peace? So that the sanskar of peace becomes very strong, and that experience of deep peace helps us. So we can also take something very simple, just a loving intellect, right? Okay, what is that loving? So in the beginning, like little churning happens, and then you just stay in love, Baba's love, experiencing love, being in love with Baba. So we can take something very simple. I always tell people, don't use too many thoughts. Just take one, and half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. It's really powerful, It helps you to change your nature. It helps you to have your intellect and mind which is peaceful. So exercise or
Yeah.
charging battery is very important.
Didi, I like what you're sharing about keeping it very simple. Once I'm noticing, like these days, I'm doing a lot of drills, and I loved what Dadiji was sharing. Once you start doing them, then you notice how many drills there are actually in the Sakar Murli. There's so
Mm,
many points for remembrance that you can actually use them. And so my question to you, actually, it was a different question, but I'll ask that other question in a minute. But I wanted to ask you this. So if I want to be aware of what I did in the last kalpa,
mm,
what simple drill do you suggest?
mm. I think again, as I said, this has come from insight. It emerges from inside, right? So more I am also deeply connected with my own true self, then the part also I'm able to see. I remember that sometimes we reject some of the thoughts by saying, oh no, it's not practical. But I find that many times in your words or in your thoughts, something emerges from your part, but we don't recognize it and we don't accept it at that time. And when you see it in practical, then you say, but I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Even for everything in life, you always have some feelings deep inside. Sometimes we are able to catch those feelings, and sometimes we don't, right? Because so many people give you different opinions. But if I have feelings, I go by that. If Shiv Baba told Brahma Baba, you don't have to now leave Madhuban, you have to be here. And he was very firm. And Baba never went out after that. Must be definitely beneficial. There must be some reason, right? But what I'm saying that his part was more to be in Madhuban and not go. So each one of us, we do feel about our part, but not knowing, not believing, we reject it. We
Mhm,
don't pay attention. So what we could do is pay more attention to what you're feeling for your part too.
mhm.
How do you see it? And then it will emerge more clearly. Because then you feel very comfortable, right?
Right, right.
Because you did it before and it's happening naturally. And so I think that it could emerge more in us if we pay attention. It is merged and now it has to emerge. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So Didi Baba in Sunday's Murli said many wonderful things. And first, I want to talk about the drill part. Baba said, merge the father, the point in your eyes.
Hmm.
How would you do that?
Yeah, it's a very good. I thought of that many times that as the soul is in the middle, center of forehead, in the same way. So I remembered many things about Brahma Baba when he said, I share my space with Shiv Baba. This is a little space, but we live together. And sometimes I talk, sometimes Shiv Baba talks. So it's like seeing myself with Baba in the center of forehead. So it's a very, very good drill though, because I think one can feel that closeness and belonging, and could be very, very beautiful feelings. I mean, I had few times this thought and start thinking about Brahma Baba and how Shiv Baba, they both live together. And how can I also keep Baba as a point between two eyes? It's a very good practice.
Mm-hmm.
Emerge, Baba,
Emerge, Baba.
wherever you are. Baba, you are with me as a point. Baba, you are with me as a point. Hmm. So then it's also becomes practice, and you will feel the presence also of Baba. Hmm.
Right. That feels very good. Um, one of the things he was saying was that he made a very generous offer. He said, you can get whatever blessing you want.
Mhm.
You can receive whatever blessing you want. And I thought that was very generous of him.
But
And, and I thought the offer was very generous. And I thought that it's not just that in November 2001 that stands, if I'm listening to it now, then Baba is going to give me the blessing now, right, Didi? If I,
yeah,
right,
but
he's going to
Baba
give me the
said
blessing now.
that blessing will only work if at Amrit Vela and while being Karma Yogi, you create the awareness of that blessing. So that part was something that in the morning I have to remember that blessing which I received. And during day while being Karma Yogi, few times I think about that blessing, then it really becomes part of your life. That blessing becomes your life. But again, as you said, practice. So twice at Amrit Vela and while being a Karma Yogi, you have to revise that blessing.
Mhm. One of the things he said was, don't become disheartened.
Hmm.
And today in the Avyakt point also, he said that again, don't become disheartened. How are we becoming disheartened? What is Baba cautioning us about? Because it must be very subtle, this disheartenment that is coming. Like you were saying, there's this very subtle conversation we have, and we have these thoughts that saying, no, it's not me, whatever, with our part. So this disheartenment also, I'm thinking, must be very subtle.
Hmm. Because what happens that when we are not doing something right and we know that we could do better, so sometimes lack of enthusiasm, then, oh, I'm going to leave, I'm going to, and some have more habit than others. Like I always say when I came to New York, how many years now I'm in New York? A lot of people used to think, how can you survive in New York? There is so much population, so much traffic, so much. But Baba has told me, so I have to be here, whatever happens, until Baba says, child, now you come, or whatever it is. So I think that this sanskar must be very deep, where you just say, I'm not going to do. But you know that what you're saying will not happen. For little things, people say, I will never do it. And I smile because I remember they say that Sri Krishna told Pandavas that one of your weaknesses that you make promises quickly. I will never eat this until this happens. I will never do this until. And he said that doesn't work out, your promises. They will not all the time be fulfilled. So I always remember that disheartenment is also making wrong promises. But it's your part. See, people, I don't know, this transformation and learning, some find it very difficult. I mean, they even don't realize what is learning, what is transformation. And if we realize, that every moment I have to learn, I have to realize. Every moment of life. Learn, realize, and change yourself. You will never be disheartened. But also when Baba said, annoyance with your own self and then with others. So holding that kind of annoyance or anger within yourself is not good, which many, many souls do it. And then they are confused, they have wasteful thoughts, and I think they make lot of wrong decisions too.
Mhm.
So we have to be very careful to be peaceful. Just practice, I am loveful, peaceful. Any kind of practice will help. If you
Mhm.
cannot do, as you said, 5 forms, do 3 forms, 2 forms. And you will, what will emerge of you will be courage, will be hope, will be power, right? And when that will emerge, then you will change. You won't be disheartened. And to such person, you are very careful. Even to say sometimes something right before that person says, oh, I'm useless. I always get correction. So then learning also stop from seniors because you don't want to make anyone disheartened, right? But if
Right,
you
right.
keep courage, then there is more possibility of openness and sharing with each other.
Mhm. So, Didi, what blessing did you receive from Baba? When you read that, did you want a blessing? Did you receive a blessing from Baba?
I asked for it, and that
Will you
was,
share with us?
yeah, remain very, very light, remain very joyful, very blissful, because there is so much heaviness, sadness, all that. And if we keep these blessings in our heart, and it should be practical. Like after Janamashmi, I said, why can't be like Sri Krishna, just smiling all the time? Just be happy. So I take that blessing took from Baba. And internally, I really kind of felt that I have to be happy. I have to be happy, not get affected by anyone else's disappointment. And you say, oh, after 30 years, this soul has still uh, disappointment or whatever. I shouldn't look at that,
Mm-hmm.
that I should just go beyond and just like our Brahma Baba, right? Mm.
Right, right. Thank you, Didi. That was
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank
We
you
are
very
ex
much.
we are expecting Asha Didi anytime. But you will see her
Yes, I'm coming there
peacefully
soon.
when yeah. Okay.
Om
Thank you.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you very much, Devi and Shrin Ben. So tomorrow is Thursday and our schedule from 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. And in the evening, 5 to 6 p.m. English Sakar Murli. And together with that, in breakout room, 5 to 5:15, Avakti Children Murli class, 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series book offering. Anyone who would like to offer book, you can send your request to 516-717-9171. Then we'll have book message and English series. Now let's remember Baba and take Drishti from Didi.
बाबा। तेरा मेरा है कल्प कल्प का प्यार, हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। ओ बाबा, ओ प्यारे बाबा। तेरा एहसान बाबा चुकाने लिए,
तेरा एहसान बाबा चुकाने लिए,
मेरा हर जन्म हो तुम्हारे लिए।
मेरा हर जन्म हो तुम्हारे लिए,
फिर भी चुका न पाएंगे, फिर भी चुका न पाएंगे, चाहे जन्म ले हम कई बार। फिर भी चुका न पाएंगे, चाहे जन्म ले हम कई बार। हो बाबा, हो प्यारे बाबा, ओ बाबा। तेरा मेरा है कल्प कल्प का प्यार, हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, हम तुम पर बलिहार। हो बाबा, हो बाबा। आँखों से जब देखूं एक तुमको ही देखूं,
आँखों से जब देखूं एक तुमको ही देखूं,
कानों से सुनूं तो बाबा एक तुमसे ही सुनूं।
कानों से सुनूं तो बाबा एक तुमसे ही सुनूं।
तुम संग खेलूं, तुम संग खाऊं, तुम पे ही दिल बलिहार। तुम संग खेलूं, तुम संग खाऊं, तुम पे ही दिल बलिहार। ओ बाबा, ओ प्यारे बाबा, ओ बाबा। तेरा मेरा है कल्प कल्प का प्यार, हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। हम तुम पर बलिहार बाबा, तुम हम पर बलिहार। ओ बाबा।
ओम शांति दीदी।
ओम शांति दीदी।
ओम शांति
बाबा।
दीदी।
ओम शांति परिवार।
ओम शांति।
दीदी
ओम शांति परिवार।
ओम शांति परिवार।
Good night.